Nishankarabhyam Daurbhagyadavam Buddhamalikabhyam.
Now, today morning I took a dip at the Surya Kund, and I think I'm still flying on the energy I got from it. What is the science, or what is happening there actually?
See, energy is on many different levels of function. Well, if you want to look at it at a very basic physical level, we can say there is electrical forces, there are electromagnetic forces, and there are various manifestations of energy. So life energy similarly manifests in different ways. To enshrine a form which reverberates with this energy, which is useful for us. See, lightnings are happening, lot of electricity, not useful for you because you're not able to catch it and charge your cell phone. Your cell phone goes fut. If you could catch it and charge what you want, if you could make light out of it, if you could make sound out of it, we would say we would be waiting for the lightning. It is the same energy, but you can't use it. Similarly, life energy is here in so many different ways, but you have no access to it. So now to create a source which will give you access to it, or source is not the word, probably a transmission center.
Okay.
See, right now, you know the electric transmitters. Near every town or city, there's a large transmission station. They're not generating electricity, they're only transmitting. The way it is coming, they're making it into a more conducive way that you can absorb into your homes, and they're transmitting it. So similarly, this is not really a source of energy, this is a transmitter.
Okay.
It transmits what is already there in nature in a way that is conducive to you, in a way you can absorb, in a way you can experience. It is also in the air that you breathe, otherwise it wouldn't be making you alive. It is also in the food that you eat, but here there's a concentrated transmission of life energy or prana, which is hugely beneficial for one's health, well-being, vitality. Every day if you take a dip, for let's say next 40 days, you may become 5 years younger than what you are.
Okay.
We can even medically check you and show you that it's happening.
It's like the fountain of youth.
Yes. Fountain of life, not youth. Because youth is not always good. Life is good, in whichever form it happens. Youth is just one form of life. But unfortunately, it's a Western fetish that they want to be young at any cost. Youth has become, or being young has become valuable because you have invested your whole life in your physical form. So, being in a certain physical form has become the only aspiration for people. This is not a healthy way to live. Old age can be great, yes, because you have an entire experience of life behind you, it can be really fantastic and you're free from everything that was ruling you at one time as a youth. So life, this is a fountain of life, not fountain of youth. But I'm saying you will become younger, that means more vital. Vitality is higher in the system. Generally, we have found even, some of the studies that have been done by University of California show that 3 months of a simple practice that we teach, which is called a Shambhavi, in 3 months' time, many people, almost 94% of the people that were the subjects of the study, were 6.5 years younger than when they started, cellular age. So, the question is not about how many years, the question is about how alive.
Now, I saw a lot of symbolism while walking through the ashram.
The coconuts and the arecanut and…
What's the significance of the snake?
The land belongs to them here. This is the land of King Cobra. They are the original inhabitants of this place. We are just little bit of intrusion. So we want to live here in such a way that we are a minimal intrusion. We are not an overwhelming intrusion on their life. And apart from that, a snake is considered as the highest level of perception among all the creatures that walk or crawl upon this planet. Particularly a cobra is super sensitive in perception. That is why In yoga, it is considered significant. This used to happen to me. When I used to sit for long hours and meditate in some forest or jungle, if I sat there on an afternoon, I'm saying afternoon because most of the time, for some reason, I always sat in the afternoon.
Okay.
When I look back and see, I'm wondering, why did I always sit in the afternoon? I never sat early mornings. I sat either in the afternoon or in the midnight.
Okay.
So, in the afternoons when I sat, for a few hours and when I opened my eyes, there would be 6, 8 cobras assembled in front of me. They were just drawn to this meditative energy. We've always seen that wherever there is meditativeness, cobras will come in that way. This is why the yogis and the cobras and even the Adiyogi has a cobra around his neck. All this symbolism is because they were always drawn. They are sensitive to this energy. They don't have ears.
Okay.
So they put their entire body to the earth and whatever reverberation, they're able to perceive it better than other creatures.
Okay. At large, what would be your message to… basically, before that, just as an introduction, architecture is supposed to be the mother of all art forms.
That only architects believe. Tell me what's the question?
Yeah, question is, because architecture in a way tailor makes the space around us, the space we usually live in, and the space has a lot of significance on you, the space you live in. My question is, what message would you have with your insight to architects?
Creation is the greatest architect. If you pay enough attention, there is phenomenal level of architecture in every leaf, in every plant, in every termite mound. There is a phenomenal level of architecture and engineering. If you pay enough attention, it's all there. You can copy it and people will think you're a genius.
Can you shed some light on what we are evolving into? What would be the zenith of evolution?
This question was asked 15,000 years ago, it's not a fresh question. The Saptarishis asked this question to Adiyogi.
Okay.
And he went into elaborate mathematics to show them how physical evolution for a human being is over. You cannot evolve any further. I will not go into all that mathematical exposition that he did, but it's uncanny that today neuroscientists in the world are saying something very similar. People are asking this question, is it possible in future that human beings can have a higher level of intelligence in their brain? Neuroscientists are saying, by the physical laws, it's not possible because right now as you sit here in a restful state, over 20% of your energy is consumed by your brain.
Yeah.
Your brain is only this much. I'm sorry if I'm showing it too small, this much. Your brain is only this much, the body is so big, but 20% of the energy is right now being consumed by the brain. Because this is like your phone with Wi-Fi on, it's consuming a lot of energy. If you make the brain, the two ways to increase your intelligence is to pack more neurons. If you pack more neurons, initially it looks like you're more intelligent, but there will be so many cross connections, there will be too much interference. You will see with some of the children, they are like this, they're super brilliant, but they can't sit in one place, they hop all over the place.
Hyper.
Now, unfortunately, to render business to the psychiatrists, parents are taking their children to psychiatrists and they prescribe medication. Almost every child is labeled as something, one of the alphabets or 3 alphabets from the entire alphabetical system. ABC, ADD, something else, something else. No normal child is anymore born in this world. Everybody has something, everybody some medication. What we need to understand is, the pharmaceutical, the way it is designed, if you put any medication to dull a certain aspect of an individual human being, it does not dull that particular specific aspect only, it dulls everything in the system. Now parents may be happy because the child has become little sedate, they have less work to do. They can watch the television, he's not hopping all over the place like a monkey. This is the wrong way to handle. If your child is hyperactive, the simplest thing that you can do is, you must understand, first of all, if you made a decision to have a child, that means it's a 20-year project. If you're not ready for the project, don't have children, because human race is not in danger. We are not an endangered species. If you were an endangered species, I would tell everybody, please reproduce. We are not an endangered species, we are too many on the planet. So, it is time we understand if there is a hyperactive child, we need time. We need to take him for a walk, we need to make him walk in the forest, we need to make him climb a tree. You only said from monkey you have evolved, still primate things are there. He must climb a tree, he must do lot of activity, he must be exposed to nature, he must walk barefoot on the ground, he must work outside. If you do all this, you will see in 2 to 3 years' time, he will settle down.
Okay.
Because you don't have the time, you want to put a pill in his mouth and make him sleep. This is not the answer, you're dulling the human being. This is not an answer, this is not a solution, this is an unfortunate compromise people are making.
Okay.
So, when a child comes with excessive neurons, he will have intelligence but no clarity. If you have the patience, you can work him out of it. So, having more neurons is not really going to make you more effective intelligence. You may have more intelligence, but not effective intelligence. So, another way to do it is you must increase the size of the neuron. If you increase the size of the neuron, then your brain will probably consume 50% of your energy. That means your body will shrink and other functions will be seriously affected. So, due to physical loss, when I say physical loss, the physical loss in this world are determined by the speed of the planet's movement, the centrifugal force that is working upon it, and its nearness to the sun and various other factors. Physical laws are governed by the geometry of the solar system. So they are saying due to physical laws, it's not possible to increase the size of the brain. Adiyogi said this 15,000 years ago. He said, unless a dramatic shift happens in the solar system, physiological change in the human being is not possible, you have hit the ceiling. But you can consciously evolve. You have enough intelligence right now, if you only become conscious, you can evolve in a phenomenal way. So that is the only way for the human being. That is why the yoga day is very significant, because we are talking about conducting your life consciously, to sit consciously, to stand consciously, to breathe consciously, to eat consciously, to bring a level of consciousness into every dimension of your life, because that is the only way you can evolve. You wanting to evolve, wanting to grow a horn in the next whatever 1,000 years or 1,000,000 years is out, because the physical dimensions of the solar system are not going to change. If it changes, we don't know in which way we will evolve.
Okay.
Till that, due to physical laws, further physical evolution or physiological evolution of the human being has hit the ceiling.
Okay.
But consciously we can evolve and we must evolve.
Srinarayana Guru is one of the… he brought Kerala out of the dark ages and about 100 years ago. He professed, it doesn't matter which religion you belong to as long as mankind improves himself. Could you shed us some light about Srinarayana Guru and its significance in today's world?
I know he did some groundbreaking work in terms of leveling the social discrimination that was of the times.
Yeah.
But I have to admit, I personally do not know the details of his life.
Okay.
I know the general movement that he launched
Okay.
about temple entry and various other levels of discrimination, he kind of leveled it. It was a great moment of the times, but something very needed at that time, and I think still needed, because still the discriminations have continued, maybe in a different way, but still continuing. So, we need moments like that. But more than the moment today, we have come to a place where laws are no more discriminatory. We just have to make sure laws are enforced at all levels of the society, that they're not just sitting in the constitution. It becomes a living consciousness of the country. The constitution of the nation, when it becomes the living consciousness of the people of this nation, then all these things will anyway go.
Okay.
At that time, there were no laws. The laws themselves were discriminatory.
Yeah.
So his movement was very significant for those times. If you launch a similar movement now, it will not work because the laws are already in place. We have to make it the consciousness of the people. The constitution should become the consciousness of the people.
Okay. Now, this is a question, it's not my question, but while bringing up a child, how would you punish the child to make him understand that what it's doing is wrong? Is there a way to punish, or is there a good way to punish, or?
I have not evolved any punishment systems. Why do you think a child must be punished, first of all?
Now, there is a lot of thing about children being beaten in school, children being given horrific punishments in school, like…
See, that is because teaching is just one more job.
Okay.
And the teacher is teaching many classes in a day, handling 100 children in a classroom. He is at its wits, he or she is at their wits' ends, and they are doing things out of their frustration.
Okay.
That is the thing we have tried to change in this school, where none of the teachers are here for a salary.
Okay.
All of them are volunteer teachers. They're here because they want to create something.
Okay.
They're not here to make a living.
Okay.
That's an important characteristic for any school. That's an important characteristic for any spiritual teacher, that you're not doing it for a living. The same is important for a teacher, because a child is a precious part of our life. A child is the future of this world. So it is the most precious piece of life on this planet right now. Who should handle it? The most caring and committed people should handle that life. Unfortunately, it's just one more profession. So because of that, these things are happening. This is not happening because they believe in punishment. It is happening because they're frustrated by daily handling 100 brats. One thing is, we must only produce that many children in this country and in this world that we can handle gracefully and joyfully. If you cannot handle them joyfully and gracefully, we should not produce them. They're not knocking on our doors.
My last two questions. Do you have a message for the people of Kerala?
I know your slogan is God's own country. It's time you make it yours.
Okay.
Take responsibility for keeping it beautiful, keeping it hospitable,
Okay.
keeping it conscious, and nature has been kind to you. You learn to be kind to nature and the people. Everybody is right now pouring into Kerala because your campaign of God's own country has worked very well. It's God's own country, more than anything if it's your country. You must keep it really beautiful and wonderful.
Okay.
Because when any state or nation succeeds in being a success in tourism, it is one of the best things to happen if we conduct it well.
Okay.
That is, if otherwise we have to economically succeed, we have to build industry,
Okay.
we have to dig, we have to rape the land, we have to smoke, we have to do all kinds of things to run an industry. But if it succeeds as tourism, then you can keep the beauty of the place. The more beautiful it is, the better it works. So the people of Kerala must understand this. Beauty is not just in the natural aspects, the human beings that we are
Okay.
Kerala, people of Kerala must come out as the most beautiful people on the planet so that the entire world will want to come to Kerala because it's such a beautiful experience. I'm not saying it is not right now. I'm just saying we must be conscious of this and cultivate this.
Okay.
There is a certain level of politics happen, let politics happen once in 5 years. Don't make it a daily affair. Let your politics not happen on the street, let it happen in your mind and in the ballot box.
Okay.
Don't make your politics happen on the street because you will lose this status that people want to come there. There are so many reports of violence. We would like to see that is not there, and Kerala is really the most beautiful place where everybody will want to come. I'm just 2 kilometers to Kerala border, maybe I will cross.
Always welcome. And just one more question. Say hundreds of years from now, how would you like to be remembered?
Oh, I would like that people don't remember. If people are doing great, if our work succeeds, they will not remember me. If it fails, they will remember me. Because you must understand this, if your children are successful and very happy, they may not remember you every day, and it's good. Every day they're thinking about their father and mother, that means they're not doing well in life, isn't it? Yes or no?
Okay.
Similarly, the future generations, every day they need not be thinking about me, that means they're not doing well. If they make use of what I'm offering to them, they can live in such a grand way, they must see me as their colleague.
What would be the legacy that you would like to leave behind?
That's why I'm saying…
That was the answer, right?
No legacy. All I'm doing is, whether they realize or not, some are established tools, rest are just without any official statement.
Okay.
I am leaving thousands of tools around me that people can make use of to enhance their lives.
Okay.
If they make use of that, and if their lives are truly enhanced, they are the living legacy.
Okay.
There is no other legacy. I don't want monuments and statues to be built for me.
Thank you very much.